Hello Math 8 students. Today we're going to talk about steepness of a line and how you can compare a graph when it's a real world situation. So this graph represents a triathlon, a bike race of a triathlon. A triathlon is running, biking, and swimming. So this is just the biking portion of it. So your teacher should give you this or project this on the screen or give you a printout of this graph, and then we're going to answer the questions based on what we see. So the first thing I noticed is there are 4 racers, A, B, C, and D. 2 of the racers have the same starting point. One racer looks like maybe got a little bit of a head start, and it looks like this last racer started at the very end. These racers have, for the most part, different steepnesses to their line. And so just a reminder that the steepness of a line is the slope. So the slope is the steepness of a line. Another thing I noticed is that all of these slopes are positive, which makes sense because obviously all the bicyclists are they're traveling forward. They're not, going backwards, or however a negative slope would look like on a graph. So first question, who is the fastest and who is the slowest? And then how can you tell? Well, if they were all starting at the same point, I could tell by who finished first. But because they have different starting values, I need to kind of look. So just based on what I can tell, it looks like to me that B is the fastest because they are traveling. They started late and then they came in pretty high, and it just looks like the line is steepest. And then it looks like to me that the slowest is this line, because even though C and D started at the same time, D came in after them, and it looks like C and A to me are parallel. So I'm going to say that B is the fastest and D is the slowest. Sorry, C. And I know this because B has the steepest line. And D has the flattest line. Flattest line. I don't know if flattest is a word, but we're going to go with it. Okay, so if I'm looking at the next question, how fast are each of the bicyclists going? Well, I can use the slope to tell you how much they're going per the time per kilometers. So I'm going to start with A. It looks like, I'm going to use blue. It looks like A from here to here has a horizontal increase of 4. So they are going up 4 for every 6 minutes. So my vertical change over my horizontal change, vertical change over my horizontal change is +6 over +4, and I would simplify that to 3/2. So for every 3 kilometers, it's 2 minutes. And then if I'm looking at B, I'm going to do the same thing. And actually, we just said that C looked the same. So I'm going to just jump down to C real fast. I'm going to pick 2 points. And it looks like, yes, in fact, it is going up 4 over 6. So, in fact, C has the same slope. So I'm just going to say C has the same slope. But then let's jump over to B, change my color. So B looks like from here Oh, they give us some points here and here. It looks like B is going up 1, 2, 3. So their vertical change is +3, and their horizontal change is also +3. So their rise is 3, and their run is 3. And can you simplify that? Absolutely. So it looks like they're going 1 kilometer per minute. That's pretty fast. And then player D, I'm going to use, let's go over here. Player D. Oh, they gave us points for player D. They gave us these points here. So it looks like the vertical change for player D was up 2, and the horizontal change was right 4. So my rise for player D was plus, what did I say? +2, and my run was +4, and I can simplify that to +1/2. So they're traveling 1 kilometer for every 2 minutes, or half a kilometer for every 1 minute. So does this confirm who was the fastest and who was the slowest? Well, if I'm looking here, yes, it does, because player B hold on, my friends. Hold on. Let's go back over here and double check this really fast. So player B, I wrote this wrong. My vertical change, this should have been 4/6. I wrote that wrong. So please go back and join me and help me fix this. I was just making sure you guys are paying attention. And when I went to check, I did in fact see that my answer did not make sense when it came to my slopes. So the slope for A and C should have been 2/3. Great job checking that. Okay, so now if I'm looking at these slopes, the greatest number would have been the fastest player. So player B has the highest slope. Let me write it all in one color. Player B has the highest slope of 1. Of 1 kilometer per 1 minute. And players A and C are just behind them with 2 kilometers every 3 minutes, or 2/3 of a kilometer every minute. And the slowest player is D, is the slowest with a slope of 1/2 a kilometer per 1 minute. So, or 1 kilometer for every 2 minutes. So player B is actually twice as fast as player D. Okay, Math 8 students, hopefully that helped. Also, good catch, making sure that we are doing the vertical change over the horizontal change. So that +4 over +6, and then simplifying it.